Hi, hope this reaches you well. This is Ken here from Wault Finance. Basically, today I'm just going to give you a quick overview of the Wault Finance website so you can have a better understanding of what we are trying to build and why we feel that this is going to provide a huge amount of value to the ecosystem in terms of the whole DeFi space and why we have this unique competitive advantage. And I will then, over the next few segments, we'll be doing some small snippets of a tutorial in terms of really breaking down every specific area of our core mechanism and why we feel that we're going to have longevity in this whole space. So let's get straight to it. So first and foremost, if you want to go to the site, ticker symbol is Wault.finance. I'll obviously provide you all the links in the description. Please make sure you like, subscribe and follow. This really helps us in terms of the algorithm so we can really spread the word and build our community, because we're here to stay. So first and foremost, when you go onto the site, it clearly says here Decentralized Finance Protocol, essentially connecting all the DeFi features into one ecosystem, which is pretty unique. We do hear that a lot of projects that have that key focus, but I want to actually show you why we have a unique differentiation. So if you want to get straight to it and you don't have time, what you can do is just click on the Lightpaper, and basically I'm just going to show you now. The Lightpaper will give you a breakdown in terms of a downloadable PDF platform, so you can be able to just, when you're on the road or when you're on the running machine, whatever you're doing, you can be able to have a read, or as a night before you go to sleep, just go through the information, dissolve it, because obviously there's a lot of interesting content that's there for you. So if not, go back and then basically scroll down. So first and foremost, it gives you earn passive income by Wault token. So what we're really trying to do is find ways that you can be able to generate some passive streams of income. We're in a situation right now whereby it's not just looking for the upside returns in terms of buying, investing like binary into the project, but you also want to find how you can be able to make passive income while you sleep, essentially. So here gives a breakdown of 1.2% of all the transaction amount. So all of the transaction amount generated will be 1.2% in the liquidity mining rewards, which is extremely very lucrative. If you then start to see, as the project actually scales and there's more transactions taking place within liquidity pool, you can see how the rewards can really be attractive. Then 0.5% of all of the transaction amount staking pool rewards. So this is liquidity mining. Then you've got the staking pool rewards. And then you have of all the transaction amount by just holding the Wault tokens. So then you've got the three segments from just holding the Wault tokens, 0.8%, and then so on and so forth, I just alluded to. So let's find out more just in terms of liquidity mining, the staking pool, and the tokenomics. We'll just scale through this very quickly, and then I can be able to break this down over the next few episodes. Anyway, I hope you're really enjoying this. I'm just trying to give you as much information as possible to help you in terms of your decision making. So liquidity mining is essentially the network participation strategy that we essentially came about where users can actually provide capital to the Wault protocol. So in return for that, our protocol, for our protocols, the native token, as you can be able to see here. And then regarding that, the mining of the Wault tokens will be available for the first several months in order for them to be distributed well around the users of the platform. So it's a steady stream that you'll be able to get in the first few months, and then it's literally just spread over across the users within the ecosystem. And then regarding the staking pool mechanisms and the actual structure, because a lot of people always ask questions in terms of what is the lockup period, for how long, and what are the rewards. The way we wanted to do this, we wanted to ensure that people are in this for the long term, but also making sure that not only are you incentivized by holding it longer, but also we're not putting a gun to your head and saying, listen, you have to and have some incredible lockup terms. No, we are flexible. This is DeFi space. We want to be as to help you along this process as possible. So in essence, the lockup, there's no lockup for this period in terms of 10%. This is that period, so 10% of the rewards you'll get. So for a 1 week lockup, you'll get 30% of the rewards. And then for a 1 month lockup, you'll get 60% of the rewards. So essentially, the lockup, the longer you have your funds within a lockup period, the higher the rewards you'll get as incentivization. So this is where everything starts to kick in, yes? And what's also quite unique about this, the lockup period in terms of the token really aims to stabilize the price and then minimizes essentially the sell pressure that will look at taking place if there weren't a lockup period, okay? So you're really contributing towards the growth of the project. In respect to the Wault token economics, clearly has a breakdown here, and it gives you a breakdown of the private sale has now been concluded. So congratulations to ourselves and the community for trusting us and giving us faith. You know, we basically just started yesterday, so less than 24 hours, we've already concluded it. We're now moving on to the pre-sale, which literally will be taking place within the next few hours. And I don't believe that will take too long before we actually hit the hard cap. And then we're looking towards the end of next week to where we'll be listed, and we'll be actually listed on Binance, so BSC, so Binance Smart Chain. The reason for that is because of low transaction cost, the increased amount of interest in terms of projects, and also the lower barrier of entry also, and then the amount of people that are opening wallets as well. So really the whole structure is really moving towards the Binance Smart Chain, and we want to be where everything is happening. And as you can be able to see here, it scales down for the market in treasury, 8%, team tokens locked for 3 months. This is really crucial. You find with a lot of projects where team tokens or dev tokens are unlocked. So there has a chance where tokens can literally be dumped straight away. We didn't want to do this. We wanted to say, listen, we are in this long term. We will lock the team tokens for a quarter at 6%. And then even then, we're probably even looking at holding it longer, maybe taking out a small percentage. But this is where we are as at the moment. And then scaling down the exchange market maker tokens of 10%. Initial liquidity for PancakeSwap, 24%. So that's liquidity that'll be going in to PancakeSwap. And then we'll be able to scale from there. Let's just go down. The maximum supply here, as you can clearly see, this is the Wault, or obviously of the tokens. Tokens above this amount cannot be minted. So let me just confirm, tokens above this amount cannot be minted. Then we have the interesting roadmap. So interesting roadmap is where we are today, the first quarter 2021, liquidity mining, stake and fair distribution. Then it really goes down to the whole governance aspect. We wanted to be able to ensure that there's this voting governance where it's the community that's really being part of the whole decision-making process. So we're all moving in essentially in the right direction, or as they say, having all our ducks in a row, basically. Then fast forward second quarter 2021, we're looking at the elastic supply stable. And then this is essentially the yield optimization and the lending platform that I will be discussing in the next future tutorials. And then the automated market making decentralized exchange, which is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I want you to keep your eyes out for that because this is going to be totally mind blowing. And then fast forward really into lending platform. And then this is going towards the fourth quarter 2021. When you have these type of staking mechanisms, the mining pools, you really need to ensure, and this is just in general, trying to educate the whole community, you really need to ensure that the contracts are actually audited, and not just audited, but there's an insurance pool. So we've taken further steps to ensure that this is in place. And as you can see that we've gone to one of the best leaders in the space, CERTIK Foundation, to be able to assist us with that process. If you want to find more information about where we are and about how the structure works, we're extremely active on Twitter. So if I go to Twitter now, you can be able to see. So basically, this is the Twitter here. You can clearly see in terms of the information that we're really providing. So if I scale down, you'll see here, Wault Decentralized Finance. So this is basically CERTIK Foundation. So Wault Finance would like to announce CERTIK partnership via their CERTIK Shield Pool, with insurance up to 100,000 full CERTIK auditing process. So this is building a verification that we are here to stay. We want to make sure that all areas are covered before we even think about launching. Yes. And this is just to show you that we're aligning ourselves with the best of the best. Okay. So please make sure you go to the Telegram also. So click on Telegram. You can be able to find us there in Telegram to communicate any questions you have. Please let us know. And also, in addition to that, there's the Medium. So if you go to Medium, we're really coming out with some interesting long form articles in terms of understanding more about the content, from the transaction tax rate to understand the features, the token distribution, and so on and so forth. We're all there. So anyway, I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you're quite busy. And also there's the GitHub repository here, so you can be able to see what's being committed and stuff like that in terms of the dev work regarding the iteration and the code. So I don't want to take too much of your time. So please feel free to catch us on the Telegram. Also, any questions you have, just reach out to us. And we look forward for you being part of our ecosystem. And I'll be coming back to you within the next day or so with the next tutorial, and I'll be breaking down so you understand more in terms of staking pool, yield optimization platform, elastic supply, and really what we're trying to do to really get everyone together so we can really grow. So thank you, and I'll speak to you soon.